Hey everyone, it's Sandra, and it's time for one of my favorite videos to film and one of my favorite videos to watch here on YouTube, and that is Empties. The lovely Alana Davison gave me a shout out in one of her recent videos, and I noticed that a lot of you came over from her. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope I'm not going to bore you to death showing you my garbage, but let's get started. I'm going to start with skincare items just to kind of get them out of the way. I have a lot of them. This month I've actually started a prescription cream for my acne, and it's adapalene. And even though it's quite a low concentration, 0.1%, my skin has reacted so badly to it. It was so irritated because I thought it was a big shot. I thought I could just introduce it in my routine, so I was just using it like a serum, and I was still using my acid products, and I thought my face was going to fall off. I can no longer use anything that has acid in it. So if it has lactic acid, glycolic acid, salicylic acid, I cannot use it at the moment. So what I did is actually I used up all my acid products before starting the prescription. I'm hoping that slowly, as my skin starts to get used to this new ingredient, it will be better. So the first thing is the SkinCeuticals Blemish Plus Age Defense. This is something that I really liked. Right now, I can't say that the adapalene cream has helped in terms of my acne. My acne has gotten worse, but from what I'm reading, it takes about an average of 3 months for this stuff to kick in. So I'm going to give it until the end of March. And if by the end of March, my skin is still not better than the way it was in December, I'm just going to stop using that prescription cream, and I'm just going to go back to my routine that I was using in December. Anyway, SkinCeuticals Blemish Plus Age Defense was really good. Unfortunately, you can't use it right now. Another empty is the Pai AHA Deep Cleanse Mask. This was good, but I would only really recommend this if you are kind of dry and you have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. If you have oily skin, if you have a lot of acne and acne scarring, this will not do anything for you. Next is the Tula Exfoliating Treatment Mask. This has lactic acid in it, and it also had little scrubbing particles in it. This was very nice. However, L'Oreal has a face mask from their new clay mask range, the red one, that is almost identical in terms of the way it makes my skin feel and look afterwards. So I would just recommend getting the L'Oreal one because it is a lot cheaper. This does have a little bit of extra exfoliating power because it also has lactic acid in it. The L'Oreal one doesn't have any acid. In terms of just, if you just want a nice basic exfoliating mask with little particles in it, the L'Oreal Clay Mask one, the red one, is really good. I have two moisturizers that I used up. The first is the Vichy Idealia Skin Sleep. This is a very, very lightweight moisturizer. This was nice, but the fragrance is way too strong. I would not repurchase. And this is the Ultra Repair Hydrafirm Sleeping Cream from First Aid Beauty. This was very good. I could not use this all over my face all the time because I am quite oily combination, but if you have dry, dehydrated skin, even if you have really sensitive skin, this is very good. It's really hydrating, really soothing. It has no fragrance whatsoever, and it just felt like a nice blanket of hydration on the skin. I also used up a By Terry Baume de Rose, and this was beautiful, but it's extremely expensive for what it is. I find that the Maybelline, the Baby Lips, the Doctor Strength one, what am I trying to say? It's like the intense version of the Maybelline Baby Lips. I find that that does a really good job at hydrating my lips, and the First Aid Beauty Intensive Lip Balm also does a great job at hydrating my lips. Almost a better job than the By Terry Baume de Rose, and they don't cost like $60. So while this is a really nice luxury product, it has a beautiful scent, it leaves a beautiful plump sheen on your lips. I just can't say that I loved it enough to go out and buy it right away. I might own it again in the future, but it's not like a must-have product for me. Now I have some hydrating serums. I am currently using the Burki antioxidant serum that I really love, and before I was using that one, these are the three that I had used up. Kiehls Hydra-Plumping Retexturizing Serum Concentrate, a very long name for quite a mediocre product. I really didn't care for this. It's not as hydrating as it sounds like it could be. I think it claims to be more extraordinary than it is. I didn't see any plumping whatsoever. Next up was the Emma Hardie Midas Touch Face Serum. This is another really fancy serum, very hydrating. It has a lot of great ingredients, but the packaging is just too Like, what is this? You only get 15 milliliters of product, and it's very expensive. And I just find it all a bit unnecessary. Like, it looks like it's a nuclear weapon or something. You should have seen the box it came in. It was huge. And it's just, you just get a tiny amount of product. Next is the Vichy Idealia Life Serum. This is the serum partner for the Vichy cream that I showed earlier. This was very nice. The only thing I don't like about it is how strongly fragranced it is. It has a very strong synthetic floral scent, which I'm not crazy about. I can handle synthetic fragrance if it's a little bit more subtle, but this is kind of like punching you in the face with fragrance. If it didn't have a scent, I would buy it again, but I'm just kind of over it right now. Another acid product that I can no longer use, but this was really good. This was the Somerville RetASphere Micro Peel. I have a full review of it on my blog if you want to check it out, but this is really nice. Next up, I have some face oils that I have used up. If you have seen my skincare video, the face oil that I am obsessed with and I'm loving right now is the Burki Power Trio. But before I started using that one, I used up these three babies. Sunday Riley Luna just didn't do anything for me, to be honest. It gets a ton of hype. Some people swear by it. So just because I don't like it, just because it didn't work for me does not mean it might not work for you. I just really did not see any results from it. And I actually used up the whole thing. It took me about 1.5 years to use it up. And yeah, I didn't really notice a difference with this. Sunday Riley oil that I really liked was the Artemis. This is the oil that they made geared towards oily skin. This was a very balancing, thick oil, but I really liked it. I still have some left, but this went bad. It smells really stale right now, and it kind of crystallized a little bit at the top, and it's now been discontinued, so that's unfortunate because this is really good. I think now they have an oil called UFO that has salicylic acid in it, and it's a dry oil, and that's kind of the oil that they're marketing towards problem skin, but I kind of wish they still had Artemis lying around because it was a good face oil. Another face oil that I used up was the Kypris Beauty Elixir 2 Healing Bouquet. This kind of reminded me of Artemis in the sense that it's an oil targeted for problem skin. It also has some of the same ingredients as Artemis, but the texture was a lot lighter. It wasn't as thick of an oil as Artemis. I just think that the price is too high for what it does. More expensive than the Burki face oil that I'm using right now, so that's kind of why I'm not going to repurchase this. Kypris does make really cool products. This is another Kypris product that I used up, and this is the Moonlight Catalyst. This is a natural serum that's supposed to mimic the effects of a retinol, but without using actual retinol in it. It has pumpkin enzymes and a lot of natural extracts that are meant to help refine the skin. And despite it being so gentle, I actually did see results with it. I found that when I was using this, my skin did look a lot more refined and really, really nice. And this is not as expensive as the oil. Next, I have some empties and some new products. I used up 4 cleansers and I bought 2 new ones. So I used up the Hardie Moringa cleansing balm. This is like my 3rd one of these that I've used up. This is one of my favorite cleansing balms of all time. It's super oily, super luxurious. It smells great. It removes makeup. It leaves your skin feeling really hydrated and nourished. It's a beautiful treat yourself type of product. The other 2 cleansing balms that I used up, I wasn't really impressed by. They were okay, but I wouldn't repurchase either one of them. And this is the Burki Vitamin C Nourishing Cleansing Balm. I like the theory of this. I like the fact that it has vitamin C in it. When I was massaging my skin with this in the morning, I felt like my skin would tingle a little bit. That just goes to show that the active ingredients are kind of doing something, but I just couldn't get behind the texture of it. It wasn't like a balmy texture. It was kind of like cottage cheese. If you can get over the texture, it's actually a really nifty product, cool idea. Kind of why I bought it, because it was intriguing. And then along the same lines, the Kypris Cleanser Concentrate. It wasn't as chunky as the Burki Cleansing Balm. This was almost like washing my face with a gel cream. It's very moisturizing, very nourishing, has a beautiful natural floral scent. I bought it for $45. I really liked it. I used it up within 3 months. You don't get that much product, and it says here that you have to use it up within 3 months. So I used it up. I go to browse the website to purchase it again, and it was like $65. So for $45 I would have repurchased it, but for like over $60 I'm not going to buy this again. I just feel like that's so much money to spend on a cleanser that you have to use up within 3 months. Then the other cleanser I used up is this Grown Alchemist facial cream cleanser. I really was not a fan of this. I didn't like the scent. I didn't like the way it felt on my skin. Very nice packaging. It's a very eco-friendly brand. They're all about the all-natural ingredients, and I like that about them, but I just was not a fan of this cleanser. The two cleansers that I have purchased to kind of replace all those are two cleansers that I absolutely love. This is the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. So many people from the UK rave about this, which is why I finally caved in and I bought it. You massage it into your skin, it turns into an oil. It's really good at removing makeup, but it also has some pumpkin enzymes in it, so it does give you a little bit of exfoliation. You can use this in the morning, you can use this at night. Nice sensory experience, it smells good, rinses clean. I love it. And I really like the packaging too. I like the fact that it's airtight. And then the other thing I got is the Pixi plus Caroline Hirons Double Cleanse. I absolutely love Caroline Hirons. She is a wonderful skincare guru here on YouTube, and she came out with this cleanser from Pixi. I got this from the Pixi website. It's $24 on the Pixi website. And what it is, it's a cleanser with two sides. You have a thick balm on one side that's very oily. It's kind of like the Clinique Take the Day Off makeup removing balm. It is fantastic. Removes every single scrap of makeup. It doesn't make my eyes itchy. It doesn't make my eyes feel cloudy. It rinses clean. It's beautiful. And then on the other side of it, you have a cream cleanser that's just really, really soothing and leaves the skin feeling clean. Again, it does not irritate my eyes at all, and it doesn't leave any nasty residue on my skin. It has no fragrance at all. This is just a winner, and I actually really like the packaging. Some people love it, some people hate it. I like it. I think it's really good for travel. I'm going to be going to Hawaii in a few months, and I'm definitely going to be stocking up on this to have while traveling. That way I don't have to carry 2 bottles of cleanser. I can just pack up this one tub and I'm ready to go. I used up this conditioner that I actually found at Winners. It was quite affordable. It was like less than $10. It was on sale, and it was a purple conditioner. And the way that I really like to use this was on dry hair. And what I would do is, before I would go in to wash my hair, I would just put the purple conditioner all over the brassy parts of my hair, and I would leave it on for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then I would hop in the shower and wash everything off. And I found that that really helped me keep the tone of my hair to what I like. Usually my hair goes like bright orange, and my hairstylist is currently on maternity leave, and I'm terrified to go to someone else. So I'm trying to ride it out as long as I can. So I use this up, and since I loved using it as a hair mask so much, I thought that I would buy an actual toning hair mask instead and see if that makes a difference. And I actually got the Christophe Robin Shade Variation Care Baby Blonde. So this is a purple hair mask. I have not used this yet. It smells really nice. This is what it looks like. It's a tiny bit more purple, and it feels a bit more dense than the conditioner, but we will see if it actually is any better at toning my hair than this. If they end up being the same, then I would obviously recommend just getting a conditioner. This is called Light Blue Shade, age-defying formula for radiant hair, and I think they're Canadian. It says here that they're made in Canada, so I'm not sure if this is a brand that you can only get in Canada. So we'll see. This was significantly more expensive than this. I'm curious to see if it actually is better. I will keep you posted. For makeup, I have used up my Chanel loose powder. I have been using this for like 2 years. This lasted forever, and I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of like a product that I felt very average about. I'm very happy that I finally used it up. I definitely got my money's worth. I bought the By Terry Hyaluronic powder. I keep it at my boyfriend's house. That one is okay, but I can't use it all over my face. I find that one to be quite drying, so I can only use that one on my T-zone, whereas this was good for everything. This was good for baking, it was good for all over the face, it was good for the under eye area. It was kind of like a multitasking product. So now I'm going to try this powder. This was sent to me from Becca, and it's the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder in the shade Golden Hour, and it's kind of like a peachy powder. kind of like a peachy shade. It's definitely not a translucent powder. It has some color to it. I am not sure how I feel about it quite yet. It comes with a kabuki brush. You're supposed to apply it. You're supposed to buff it on with a kabuki brush. I love the kabuki brush. I love the texture of this powder. I find that it really does blur and smooth out the skin texture, but it's not as multitasking as the Chanel. I cannot use the Becca powder under the eyes because it actually will leave peachy, unflattering, peachy patches under my eyes. So it's not really brightening or anything. I'm not a fan of the packaging. I find it to be quite bulky and cumbersome. I would have liked it better for it to just be a rounded packaging. I've used up a lot of mascaras. This is like a year's worth of mascara empties. I have two Maybelline mascaras, the Lash Sensational and the Colossal Chaotic mascara. I definitely prefer the Colossal Chaotic. It gave really nice volume. The Helena Rubinstein, the Lash Queen Feline Extravaganza. I got this in the airport in Europe. This is not a brand that is that easy to find here in Canada, but this was really good. If you're looking for a really nice dramatic volume mascara, the Lash Queen range of mascaras from this brand is quite good. I also used up a L'Oreal Voluminous Feline mascara. This was one of my favorite mascaras of 2016 and I will definitely repurchase this. This is the Clinique Lash Power Flutter to Full mascara. This is like a weird little guy where you kind of twist it and you get less product out, and then if you twist it the other way, the brush picks up more product so that your lashes are supposed to be thicker. I didn't love this. My favorite Clinique mascara is the High Impact Maximum Volume mascara. I really love that one, and this was not as good as that one, so I wouldn't really repurchase or recommend that. Next up is the Supersizer mascara from CoverGirl, another mascara I really loved, and I will repurchase it at some point. This is one of my favorites. I also used up a sample of the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara, which was actually really good. In terms of higher end mascara brands, I definitely think that Makeup Forever kills it, and I think they're the most consistent. The mascara I'm currently using is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. I can't make up my mind about this. Some days I really, really love it. Like today I love it. Yesterday I didn't love it. I think it goes hand in hand with how hard my lashes are curled. If I do a really, really good job at curling my lashes, this looks so good. If I don't curl my lashes, or if I just don't do a good job curling them hard enough, this doesn't look that great. I also have three eyeliners that I used up. I have the Ardency in Punker, the Max Factor Masterpiece, the Jouer Kitten Liner, and the Hourglass Mechanical Gel Liner. As far as the liquid liners are concerned, I don't recommend any of them. I think that the L'Oreal Feline liquid liner and the Tom Ford liquid liner and even the Kat Von D tattoo liner are all better than these, so not going to spend too much time talking about them. The Hourglass Mechanical Gel Liner is really good for the waterline because it has a really, really thin nib, and it's a pencil that you roll up. It's a gel liner in pencil form, and the Marc Jacobs Fine Liner is identical. I'm using the Marc Jacobs right now. I like the fact that the Marc Jacobs Fine Liner has more colors to choose from, but the Hourglass Mechanical Liner is good too. How are you doing? Are you asleep yet? Final stretch, the best part, the funnest part for last. Lipsticks! I actually used up 3 lipsticks, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I have a Dior, this was one of those liquid lipstick things that they had, but it was shiny. The Dior Addict Fluid Stick in shade number 373, which was like a bright coral. And then I used up a Dior Addict lipstick in the shade 465. It was a really pretty pink. And then I used up a Chanel Rouge Coco Shine in the shade Boy. This was a really nice My Lips But Better nude type of color. And to celebrate the fact that I have new spaces in my lipstick drawer, I have 2 new lip products that I'm actually loving. I'll start with the one that I am wearing right now, and it's the new Burberry liquid lipstick. Burberry is one of my favorite makeup brands ever, and I actually want every single one of these. This is the Burberry Liquid Lip Velvet in the shade number 49 Bright Plum. This is quite a bold shade for me. I'm usually kind of like a boring dusty rose nude lip girl. It's a really comfortable, not drying liquid liquid lipstick formula. A lot of liquid lipsticks are very, very, very drying for me. My lips are quite fickle like that, but this is so beautiful. Let's take a moment and swatch it and admire it in all its beauty. Oh, I love it. So Burberry Bright Plum is awesome. And then the next thing is more of like a My Lips But Better color. This really replaces my beloved Chanel Boy quite well. And this is the Bite Beauty Lush Lip Tint in the shade Watermelon. And this is so beautiful. If you're a fan of the Dior Addict lipsticks or the Chanel Rouge Coco Shines, you will love the Bite Beauty lip tints. It's incredibly hydrating. It has a slightly glossy finish, and the shade Watermelon, a little bit more pink pigment to it, but I find it really brightening and flattering. And it's been one of my favorite lip products lately to just throw in my bag and kind of just touch up if I'm at work and my lips are feeling really blah and dry. This just kind of works on top of anything, and it's a nice little pick-me-up. And I'm done. I can't believe it. I'm just surrounded. I'm surrounded by products right now. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you have any questions about any of these products, please feel free to ask them below, and don't forget to check the description box below because I will put any individual blog posts that I've done about these products that are more in depth. I'll put the links to them over there. I hope you're having an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you next week with a new video. And just in case you were wondering, this does transfer.